Okay. Marvelous, please, are you with us? Let's start. I think it's 6:05 already. Please unmute and let's hear what you have to say.
So I was saying I'm currently with my laptop, so I'm going to be opening it now.
Okay, thank you.
I'm trying to log into Discord.
All right, so let's wait till you do that.
Sorry, I'm trying to get through the link. I don't know the link you just sent.
The first, open the first video. Yes, I think the first one. Yes, and the second. I think the first one should be a continuation of last week. Then the second one is what we have for today. Okay, this is what we have for today. But the previous one you opened is the one we did last week. I think we had one more left to finish up before we ended our session last week. So we'll just quickly look at that. That should be question 10. So we'll just quickly look at that before looking at today's exercise. All right, thank you, Marvelous. So once again, good evening, everybody, and welcome to today's session. So today we'll be looking at various things while we'll continue from where we stopped last week. So last week, I think we looked at the DataCamp project, which is exploring London's travel network. Yes. So we looked at that. Then we also looked at some exercises as is shown on our screen. Now we're able to look at how aggregate work, how sorting, and some other SQL keywords, how they work. We also looked at how to make changes on a DB schema and the importance of the importance of knowing what our schema holds. So today we'll be continuing from there. we did 9 exercises out of the 10 that was written down last week. So today we'll start from the 10th one before moving on to what we have for today. So today's class will be looking at working with dates in SQL. This is very important because it's also part of the project that you'll be working on real soon. So we'll be looking at dates and how to handle work with dates in SQL. So let's start with the last one we did, with the last exercise of with the last question of our exercise last week. So the last one is just a debugging. The query has been written. The query is there, but it's just for us to debug the query and see where we are getting it wrong. So the 10th question there says we should find the customer name, location, and total amount spent by all customers. Now the query has been written. So I would want us to look at that query and let us see where there are errors in the query. Marvellous, could you please mute your mic so others can hear clearly, at least for the time being? All right, thank you. So we'll be looking at the query. Let's see, look at the query and see where we are likely to get an error in that query. So I want us to look at it critically. We have the columns that will be selected from the tables, the join using order by and group by. So I want us to look at it and let some persons just tell us where, by looking at this query, where we are likely going to run into errors when we execute this query. So anyone can just you can just unmute your mic and speak so we can hear you while Marvellous works on the query from his laptop, from his end. Is no one going to attempt this?
I think I'm not sure, but I think there's no need for goodbye there. No.
So,
Yes.
OYETUNJI, I didn't get what you said clearly. Okay, Raphael, please unmute yourself and let's see what we.
Good evening, Nchedochukwu. So
Yeah,
I think it's the order of the query. So we have group by after order by. I think that was one, and we need to group by. We are grouping by just two things. We are grading by just two things, and that's by network has gone off. So I think we'll have to add first name, last name, and country, and also put in the group by before the other by.
Okay, so Marvellous, could you please help us edit as Raphael is saying? Just make the changes and let's see what it will give us.
So that would be moving group by to
Sorry, I
line.
didn't get that. I was out because of network issue. Can you just repeat? Sorry.
Okay, so Marvellous. So you will move line 44, move it to line 43. So just copy line 44, which has group by. You move it to line 43. So the other by will be in line 44 and the group by will be in line 43. So you can just press. So also add to the group, add to the last name, add a comma, and add country, comma country. Yeah. And using, I don't know which SQL query is this, and if you using works for all of them, but customer location ID. Maybe just let's try it and see how it works. If it doesn't work, we find another way to to work to go by it. I just run this, yeah. See if it works.
Before this won't work for now because the sum, the last column there, it wasn't populated in this. What's the error
Okay,
there, sir?
I'm listening.
The one we did last week, the one we solved last week from 1 to 9 is actually not here. This is like the fresh one we worked on last week. So the column we created last week, which is the total cost, is not on this schema. So even if we run it, we are still going to get an error. But let's look at it, follow the questions, and let's see how we can debug to get the correct query. So if I'll just have to update all of them and send a new link of every other thing. So you can continue, please.
I ran the query and it brought out the total cost error. So I guess that was the only error.
Yes, that's the error it will bring out because that column is not on the table. Remember, we created it last week, but it's not on this schema. So it will definitely give us an error. However, we can just calculate it manually to give us the figure we need. But the question, you removed the question. I want us to still look at this. This really isn't the end of it. So let's look at it very well. Look at the question, look at the query, and and say where else we think should be we should make our changes. Okay, so Marvellous, I think you should compute the total cost. Just make it quantity multiplied by price. Yeah, that was it. Quantity multiplied by price, and let's see what this will give us. That's some quantity multiplied by some price. Let's just hard code it. Okay, so now this is our result. Now this is our result, but there's something I want us to take note of here. Marvelous, could you calculate how many columns, how many rows we have for this result?
So I didn't get that. Should I
How many rows? How many rows did the
use a
result?
query to calculate that?
No, just calculate it. It's not. I think it should be about 7 or thereabouts. Just count it. How many rows? And let's know.
Okay. It's 7.
Okay, 7. All right, that's fine. Now,
7.
yes, I got
Hello?
you. Okay, so this gave us seven records, but the question said find the customer name, location, and the rest for by all customers. The question is requesting for all customers and not some customers. Now, the type of join used here, I'm just going to be fast about this, so going to other things. The type of join used here for customers is an inner join, if we look at the query very well. And an inner join does not answer our question. The inner join gives us only customers that have placed an order. Whereas the question says we should return a result for all customers with their location, name, and the rest. So using an inner join here does not give us what we want, because we want to see all customers on our database, all customers on our tables, and their locations and how much they have spent. So an inner join is what is one of the things wrong with this query, because it doesn't give us the names or the list of all customers as requested in our query, as requested in the question. So here, rather than an inner join, we ought to use a left join. So we ought to use a left join from the customers to the orders. So it would give us all the customers on our data, on our tables, all the customers on our customers tables, and the amount they've spent, their country, and every other information. But a left join from our customers table will give us all information about all our customers. So please, could you edit it, include a left join, no, between the customers and orders. All right. So how many records, how many rows do we have now in our results?
Nine.
All right, thank you. So going,
Hello, can you hear me? It's
yes, all right, thank you, we heard that. So looking at this now, you will see that there are some customers that haven't placed any order. So with the left join, we're able to capture all customers we have on our customers table, and we got those that have placed orders and those that haven't placed orders. So in situations like this, if we want to target those that have just registered, that simply registered probably on our website and they haven't placed any order. Probably we want to target them for some promos or discounts as first-time buyers. We can use this to get those who haven't registered, those who have registered but haven't purchased anything from us, get their names, get their details, and go ahead to send them messages of promos or whatsoever discounts that we want to give to them based on our store. So that is that for our last week's exercise. So let's move on to today's own. For today, we will be looking at working with dates. Now, like I said, dates is what we're going to somehow use it, yes, in our project. And it's very important that you know how to work with dates as a data engineer, because dates, it's what is used for analytics, mainly time-based analytics, because we know that one of our roles as a data engineer is to get data from source to a destination, and the end users are mostly data analysts, data scientists, ML engineers, and the rest of them. So most of our data actually require time-based analysis. So when you're working with time-based analysis, it is important that you know how to work with dates so as not to make or cause errors or anything to break whenever we're taking data from one source to another. So today I'm going to talk of some keywords which we are going to look at some keywords which we are going to use to create a date table. We'll be looking at some keywords which we'll use to create a date table. Now, first of all, we have to understand the cast operator. Cast operator is used to change a data from one data type to another. We use it to change from one data type to another. That's what the cast keyword does. Then secondly, we also have another means of changing from one data type to another, which is the use of a double colon. That is another means in which data can be changed from one data type to another. So we can see the examples that are there. For the first one, the cast example, 24 is written in quotes, making it a string. So to change it to an int, we simply use the cast keyword, open brackets, the 24 in quotes, which is a string there, and then as int, and that changes the number 24 in string to an integer. So with this, we can use the number to carry out mathematical operations. Also, for the second example, using a double colon, you simply put the 24, which is in string, call the operator, that's the double colon operator. Then the next is the data type which we want to convert it to. So in this case, we're also converting it to int, which is to make it easy to perform mathematical calculations on the number 24. So let's go to the query SQL, run the first select statement. We'll see the output. Then also run the second select statement, and let's see the output of both. So please, Marvellous, just remove the comments on the first line, the two dashes there. and run it. Let's see the output of that. All right. Okay, so now that will definitely give us an error, because in the first place, Postgre doesn't understand this type of string concatenation. So it will give us an error because it doesn't use additional sign to add string operations. Then please put it back as a comment. Then let's go to the second one and see what that would give us. Okay, so as we can see now how we have used the cast operator, the cast keyword, and the double colon operator to convert string 24 into an integer and perform a mathematical operation, which is addition, successfully on these numbers. So that is how we can change from one data type to another. Then the third, Qosim, please, could you hold on? After the class, you can ask your question. Please just take note of it, and at the end, you can ask your question. So the third keyword we're looking at here is the interval keyword. Interval is simply interval. Interval is an interval. So if we're saying 3 months interval, we mean in the next 3 months. If we're saying 1 month interval, we mean in the next 1 month. So interval gives us date, gives us dates within ranges. If we're saying we need a date in the next tomorrow's date, our interval will be, say, 1 day. If we need the next date to be in 7 days, we'll say interval 7 days. So what it does is it adds the number of days or the number of months as indicated in our query to a date. So if we say today's date is 30th of August, and we want to know tomorrow's date, what we do is simply interval 1 day, and that gives us tomorrow's date. If we need to know next month's date as at today, we simply add interval 1 month. So interval gives us the next month date or year, yes, including hours and minutes as we specify in our query. So please, let's run the third one and see how we can calculate the interval. So after deleting that first one, put the backwards slash and asterisk, yes, on line 8. And thank you. So you can run that now. Let's see. No results. Could you go up? Let me see if there is any. Oh, okay. All right, thank you. So now what this query does is, first of all, it gives us noun, select noun. Noun is a SQL keyword that returns a present, at present, the date and time. So the first result there is today's date, which is 30th of August, then the time, which is 5:34. That's 5:34 p.m. with the second and the timestamp. Then next we requested for noun plus interval 1 day, which is tomorrow. So that's why the next column gives us today's date, which gives us tomorrow's date, but the same time. So while now gives us 30th, tomorrow gives us 31st. The same time, same month, same year, but the difference is just the day. So if we need it for say 7 days, we simply put interval of 7 days. 30 days, we put interval 30 days, and that gives us the range as we want. So next we'll be looking at the extract keyword. Now from getting today's date, now after seeing this date, we want to extract only the year, or we want to extract only the month, or only the day, or any of the components of this full date that we have right here. So what the extract keyword does is it helps us remove any part of the date that we indicate that we want to remove. Now the syntax for that is extract the part we want to remove. If it's year that we want, we put the year. If we want month, we put month. If we want the day of week, we put the day. So we're extracting the year from this date that is here. So if we run this one, this example given here, of course our year will be 2025. So that's what the extract keyword does. Extract helps us remove any part of a date, that we want to remove. Then next we have the to character. What this does is it converts a date, it converts a month or a day to the normal name we know it. For example, the example here is to character 2025 03 23rd. This is 23rd of March. If we are to extract day here now, the day on this date is 23rd. Now 23rd falls on which day? Is 23rd Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday? So that is what the to character is going to give us. It returns the date name or month name of a date that is passed as an argument to it. So we are going to run the example given, and let's see how we can extract the year. Now, what's the... You know what, please, just delete from the top, from 1 to 8. Delete it. No need updating. We still have it there. Just delete from 1 to 8. And let's work with what we have already. All right. Okay, thank you. So now again, we're requesting for now, that's present date, time, and the rest. So we can see that the time here has changed. It's no longer 5:34. It's now 5:39. So now gives us our present date. So from now we have used extract to extract the year, which is 2025, and we have also used it to extract the day, which is today's date. That is 30th. And after that, we were able to convert the day of the week using the to character. We're able to use it to convert the day of the week. So that gave us our day name as Saturday. So we can see that today is Saturday, 30th, and the year is 2025. So these are some of the key keywords, the key commands that we use to work with dates in SQL, to extract, to get a range of dates, to get the name values of dates of months, and to change from one data type to the other. Then next we'll look at recursive. Now, what does recursive mean? Recursive, like the English word is, recursive is simply recursion, something that occurs frequently, something that repeats itself. So recursive keyword is the keyword that tells SQL that this command, though, this command that we have written is going to repeat itself until a certain condition is met. It's the same as using a while loop for that in programming. Recursive is same as using a while loop. A while loop calls itself. So a recursive would call itself until a certain condition is met. So now we want to create a date dimensions table. What we do is we write the commands to do that. Then using the recursive command, the recursive will tell SQL that this CTE we have written, it has to call itself continuously until a certain condition is met. Then it stops executing. So recursive there just tells SQL that this command that we're writing is going to repeat until a certain condition is met. So that's that for the recursive. Then looking at our table, I took my time to create the table. So we've created the table using the create table keyword. Now we have in our dates table, we have the date ID, which is the unique date. Then we have a year, month name, day, and day of the week. Now, how are we going to populate this now with information? How are we going to populate this table now with date information? It's simply by recalling a recursive CTE. We've mentioned CTEs before. CTEs are queries that run before a main query. CTEs are queries that run and they are called in the main query. So now we are going to use a recursive CTE to create a date from a given date, and our given date here is 1st of August 2025, and the last date we want is 30th of September 2025. So now, how does this work? First of all, we have, when creating a CTE, of course, we start with the with keyword. So we start with our with keyword, and then next is the recursive keywords to tell SQL that this will be repeated until a condition is met. So next, date values is simply the name of our date CTE. And then we go to the next, select. So next we're selecting the first date that we want. So we want our date to begin from the 1st of August 2025. So we're going to put that in our select statement. And then we will convert it to a date data type. So putting our date in string, we use a double colon and the date keywords to convert this date to a date data type. Then next, union all. Union all is a SQL keyword that combines tables, two tables, that combines two tables to one. Now, union all here will combine the first select statement with the second select statement until the condition in our where clause has been met. So after getting the first date, we use the second select statement to calculate for the second date. And the second date is simply the date with +1, which is interval of 1 day. So our second select statement will be the date ID, which is our first date, plus interval 1 day, which gives us the next day's date. Then after that, in our where clause, we are going to continue calculating +1 day. We are going to continue calculating our dates +1 day until the dates until the values of our date ID is less than or equal to the last date of the last date we want to be populated in our date dimensions table, which is 30th of September. So what this simply does is it first of all gives us the first date, then it continues calling itself, adding 1 day as it's calling itself, adds 1 day, checks the where clause for the conditions that has been stipulated there. If it doesn't meet it, it counts 1 more day, and it continues counting 1 more day until the condition in the where clause has been met. Once it meets that condition, that ends that query. That ends the CTE. Then the next is, what are we going to do with this the values that has been created by the CTE? What we want to do is to populate these values into the date dimensions table that we first created. So after calculating the dates, after getting the range of dates from 1st of August to 30th of September, the next thing is to populate these dates into our date dimensions table. So to do that, we are going to use the insert statement in combination with our select statement. Now, in the insert statement, we are going to say, we are going to state the table where we want to insert our information into, which is the dim date table. And what we want to populate for now is the date ID and the year. What we want to populate is the date ID and the year. So now what are we populating? We are now going to call, using the select statement, we are going to call our recursive CTE, which is date values. So the information from the date values table, which has already been created, we will use it to insert the dates that has been generated for us into our date dimensions table. So to help us do that, we simply select the date ID, and we simply select the date ID from the date values CTE. and then this date ID is inserted to the date ID column in our dim dimensions table. Then after that, to get the year from our date now we already have the year. From the date, we are going to extract the year. From the date, we are going to extract every other information that we need. If we need the month, we need the day, we need the day of the week, any information that we need concerning that date, we will extract it from the date ID column, since the date ID has already been generated in our CTE. So to get the year, we just simply use the command extract year from date ID. Now, why the select statements gives us these two columns, using the insert statement, we are now inserting it into the date dimensions table. So Marvellous, please run the date dimensions. Let me see, read that. Okay, yes, the next select statement, you can delete the ones up, so we do not, yeah, just delete the ones above it, so we do not run into errors again. I know. Oh, okay, thank you. So from here now we can see that we've been able to generate the first date, which is 1st of August 2025, to the last date. Let's see what the last date is. Thank you. Okay, to the last date, which is 30th of September 2025. So the year column, of course, is populated with just 2025, because we got we just wanted to extract the year, and we used only 2 months in 2025. So of course our year column is going to be just 2025. So from this is how we are able to gather the different keywords that we have learned and use to create a date dimensions table, which can be useful in analytics, and also when we are creating pipelines to store information properly. So the exercise that I would like us to do today is just to build up from this date dimensions table that we have created. Now, if we look at the dates where we created the table, there are other columns that have not yet been filled. So I would like us to fill those columns. We're talking of the month name, the day, and the day of week, right? Yeah, and the day name. So I would like us to work on this exercise. But before we start, let's Marvellous, please let's run the last select statement and see what it would give us. Okay, thank you. So we can see now that although we have created these columns, but they haven't been populated with any information. That's why the month name, day, and day of week they are all null. They all have null values. Though we have created the columns in our date dimensions table, but we are yet to populate these tables, these columns with information. And the information we can use to populate them is by extracting this information from the date ID that was generated by the date values CTE. So I would like us to attempt these exercises, and let's see if we understand how to insert how to populate information from the CTE to our date dimensions table. So anyone who is willing, you could just raise your hand or unmute yourself, and let's see how we can populate the month name, day and day of week columns with information from our date ID column. So who is going to try, please? I want to finish before 7:30.
Hi,
Okay.
good evening.
Oh, good evening, Steve Lawrence, right? Good evening, please. Let's
Good
hear
evening.
you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay, Nchedo. All right. Yeah, both of you could work together. Yes.
All right. Steve, you can go first.
Okay.
All right.
I think uh, uh, for uh, for Postgres, I think the extract function could work. So it's just to extract the month from the data ID. So we are going to call extract and then open parentheses and then year month from data ID. Yes.
Okay.
Extract. Extract then month from data ID. Yes. ID. Okay, then month name, I think character. Month name, is it not character? I believe character, then month. I've forgotten the syntax, but I know to character will work for month name. Just extract the month name from that data ID so that it will give us the actual name.
Okay, I think you can use to character,
Yeah, to character.
then put that date ID, comma, and the month with quotation. Oh, I can't see it. Okay. So character, open bracket, date ID, comma,
Yeah, yeah, data ID
then
command,
you put
then
the
month
month in
in
quotation.
quotes. There is supposed to be a comma. Is there a comma there? Okay.
Yeah, close bracket. Mm. Then please add the column names to the insert into on top before you continue.
Okay. We've done for month name. Then day. Day is similar to that. So extract the day from the date ID. Then to character also similar. Yeah, and then as day. Yes. Okay.
Please add the column names to the insert into. Insert into dim date, date ID, year, comma, month on top. Can you hear me?
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. I can't get that. I didn't get that.
Okay. At insert into, can you say insert into? Like above select.
Yes, it's
Yes.
starting.
Add the column names.
Okay.
Yeah, so you add the months, the
I think it's month.
yeah, month name, then month, the month name. And from the original table, do we have those columns present? That's another thing. They are
We
responsible.
created the table, so you can go up and check the names.
Okay, yeah, so it should be similar to that. So day of week and then month name. Okay, yeah.
Oh, thank you. Ncheda and Steve, thank you very much. That was great. Like, I'm very straightforward. So thank you. Now we can see how we can populate information from our dates to a date dimensions table. So if we need other things to be on our dimensions table, what we simply need to do is first of all to create the columns in our date table. When creating the date table, then extract the information using our insert statement. Extract the information using our select statement, and then insert it into the date dimensions table using our insert into keyword. So I hope this is very, very clear for all of us here, and we now understand and see how to work with dates and how to create date tables in SQL. So that is what we're going to have basically for today. So before we continue, Qosim, you were asking, you wanted to ask a question before. Let me know what your question is, please, before we continue. Is it still here?
Hello, ma, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to ask about the double column. I couldn't hear you that time. Like, I had network issue. The function of double column.
Okay, it is an alternative way of changing from one data type to another. We use two examples. Could you please mute your mic unless you have another question? All right, thank you. So if you look at the beginning of the SQL schema, if you look at the line 2, there we have, first of all, we have the cast operator, then line 3 gives us the double colon. So these are two ways of changing from one data type to another in SQL. You can either use the cast operator or you use the double colon. And the example of how it can be used is already given. So this link is always there on your at your free time. You can open the link and run the select statements there to see and to understand how they actually work. In the first example we gave, we tried adding, using just ordinary addition sign to add two numbers in string, and since they're in string, they are actually seen as characters, not as numbers. So we first tried adding both of them. They both gave us an error. Then we used the cast statement, the cast keyword, to convert one number to a number, one string, sorry, to a number. And then we use the second method of changing to a data type, which is using the double colon. We use that also to convert a string to an integer. And in our second select statement, we were able to convert using both methods and do the mathematical operation, which is the addition on both numbers, and the query gave us the results that we wanted. So I hope that's clear, Qosim. It's just an alternative way of, it's just a way of changing from one data type to another. I hope that's clear. Okay, so he's not responding, so I want to believe that that's okay. Yes, no. All right, so that's clear. So that's basically what we have for today. Then next, I want to talk about the, I'll send, what's the time? Okay, I'll send the link later, please. I want to talk about the exercises that we were meant to submit yesterday. Prof, what's your question, please, regarding this? Oh, let's hear me, please. What's the question?
Good evening, ma. Good
Good
evening,
evening,
ma.
Prof. Good
Yeah,
evening,
please.
Prof. Tell me.
Yes, my question is pertaining to the project. I have just seen it today. I didn't know as I log into Discord, but I finished my the assigned project on the data camp. I have just seen it today. I don't know. Can you just give me this evening? I'll complete it and submit it.
All right, the link is
I
still
didn't know.
available.
Hello.
Okay,
No, I saw the link on Discord.
all right, that's fine.
Please, can you just give me this evening? I will complete it and submit it before, let me say, midnight.
Okay, no problem.
Because I didn't know. And I don't know the link to submit to. That's another thing.
Okay, I think someone can send that. It's on our Discord. This thing is on our Discord channel. Someone
Okay.
can just help us to forward that, but it's there. If I don't do it today, I'll do that tomorrow. But someone else can help us do that. So
Okay.
that exercise, it was given 2 weeks ago. You were on the call 2 weeks ago, right, Prof?
Yeah, I was. But just that
Okay.
I had a lot of project I was involved with. That's why I couldn't even sign into Discord. But I have completed my project, my learning assignment on this
On
on
data
data.
camp.
Secondly, if you
Okay.
can kindly send more to me so that instead of waiting, I can complete as much as possible on data camp. I wouldn't
If
mind.
I can do
If you
what?
can send up to maybe like 5 different courses so I can get myself busy instead of keeping on waiting.
Okay, I'll talk about that. All right, let
Okay.
me write it down. All right, I'll talk about that.
All right.
So I was talking about the exercise that was sent 2 weeks ago. Now the deadline was yesterday, and on our Discord channel we are 56, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm.
Generally on data camp. Um, Prof, could you please mute yourself? I believe you have.
Okay, I will do that.
All right, thank you. So generally on data camp we're about 130, but I'm going to base this figure based on how many we are on Discord, because that's the number I believe got this assignment. Now 56 persons, I want to believe, saw the assignment, and as of yesterday only 10 persons submitted. So it's not a problem, but it's always good that when we're given a deadline, you ensure you try your best to submit it. Prof has given his reasons. That's fine. The link is still open. It's available. So when you finish yours, you can always send it, but the timestamp already will tell us those that submitted on time and those that didn't submit on time. So aside that, I was able to go through some of them, and it's really quite interesting because what I saw really excited me. Most persons get this concept, and some persons actually said it's their first time, I think, working with Star Schema, creating a Star Schema and all that. So these assignments, these are the things that we actually need to understand. Like, you need to understand what a database really is. How can you work from a flat, because most data you're going to encounter most data you will encounter is not, most times they are not structured, they are not arranged in a way that is easy for the end users. And by the end users here, I mean those who actually need it, that's those in the analytics and in data science fields. These are the ones that I'm calling end users right now. So most times data is not really in a format where they can actually use it, and it boils down on you now as a data engineer to take it from the raw format it is and make it presentable such that the end users can make use of it. Now, it's in drawing and understanding, it's in drawing an ERD, that's an entity relational diagram, which was one of the aspects of the assignment. Enjoying and also in knowing how to go from an ERD to representing such diagram on your database itself. These are the things that we all need to understand, because you're working with databases or data warehouses. So you need to understand how they work. How can you go from a raw file to something that is presentable and usable by the end users? So when they log into the data warehouse, when they go into the data warehouse, they can easily get the data that they want. That's the purpose of this exercise. That's the purpose of the mini project that was given, to test our understanding of some of these concepts, because they are very important. It's important that you understand how these things work. The purpose of that project was to test our understanding, and 10 persons submitted. I must tell you that I'm actually impressed with what I saw, and that's one thing why I love one of the things why I love about data engineering. It's that most persons really come with knowledge of these things already, and um it's just to enhance the knowledge of what they already know. I'm really impressed, although I saw one or two mistakes, where one thing I noted was some persons still need to look at how to go for the 3NF, that's the third nominal form, the third normal form, because the data that was provided, the third normal form should entail a, I don't have that, I can't find out on my system here right now. So I know it should have the teachers table, the students table, the courses, and the exam records. Yeah, I think that is what it should have. 4 tables, but some persons created 3. So 3 doesn't give you that flat file in its normal form. So please, if that's how you did yours, just go back. Go back and see how to break down the table to be in its list form, which is the third normal form. Then coming to a star schema. Star schema is actually just get your facts table and every other table you want to create on that database, connect it to your facts table. That's what Star Schema is. So if you're creating 20 tables in your database, you just get your facts table, which would be the score, of course, the date, yes, the exam date, the score, and every other thing. Is it the student's information? You create a table for that and connect it to the scores facts table. The teacher ID, the teacher's information, you create a table for that and connect it to the score table. The courses information, you create a table for that and connect it to the scores table. So for a Star Schema, you just need one facts table, and every other table is a dimensions table directly connected to the facts table. So that's what Star Schema is all about. Then right, for writing the DDL queries, yes, I saw that, and it was very, very good. Everyone who submitted, their submission was very excellent on that, and I must really commend you all. So and I must really commend you all for that. So yeah, I'll send the attendance later. So that's it for the SQL mini projects that we did. I don't know if anyone faced any challenge, because on average most persons said it was okay. The rating I received, on average most persons said it was okay. A few persons said it was difficult. Some persons said it wasn't most difficult, but on average we had a 3 rating. So if you attempted or you have tried, if you submitted or you have attempted the exercise and you're facing any challenge, please let me know now, so we'll know where to come in while I source for the attendance link. So if you have submitted, if you're facing any challenge with the exercise, please indicate now and let me know. Let's know how we can solve it together and work together on that. Please, okay. Nchedo, please, let's hear you.
All right, I was actually expecting us to do the mini project here together. I don't know whether it will be possible for us to do it, or you can send us maybe a PDF that you organized with the corrections, so that we can be able to look at what we did and what you did and improve. So, and ask more questions, because we may have done something that was not right and we don't even know. So we need something like a correction. Thank you.
Okay. Uh that has been noted. Let me see. I don't want to make promises that will not fulfill. I've done that already, but sending it today, I think what I'll do is, it's really on Monday that I know I can do this. So by Monday, I'll send in the solution. But I believe you understand that, like I like saying, there are so many ways to kill a rat. So your solution could be correct and mine is also correct. There are different ways to go through it. So I'll send the solution on Monday, or I'll still give grace for those who haven't submitted till, say, Wednesday. Then I'll send in the submission, the solution on Wednesday. And if we have any questions on that, let it come up in our Saturday class next week.
All right, ma. I'll be
Is
expecting
that
it.
fair
Thank
enough?
you.
All right. So thank you. So does any other person? What is this? Okay. Okay. All right. So since no other person is asking on that, you get the solution on Wednesday. I've promised that. Then there is still time. Please, if you haven't submitted, there is still time. You can submit between now and Wednesday. After that, I'll send the solutions on Wednesday. Of course, you can still submit, but it wouldn't tell much. So then next, I want us to look at something else, and it is on DataCamp. Steve, please, what would you like to say? We're listening.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sorry for cutting you short, but I just wanted to ask: is there? I've not really been consistent because of work. So we've had so many incidences at work, and like I said that last week, and they gave the PC I was using to my supervisor. So that one also hindered me too. That's why I've not even been able to complete most of the courses. But is there a faster way to get uh, higher SPs on DataCamp, like meeting the 5,000 points SP? Is there a way to get more SPs except apart from doing the courses themselves?
Okay, so yeah, another way of getting the XP is through the practice test. By taking the practice test, each test will give you 250 XP. So you can take as much as possible in a day. The practice test covers the topics that you have actually covered on DataCamp. So you can practice on as many topics as you want, and you can get as many XPs. That will give you as many XPs as you possibly can get on DataCamp. You can get the 5,000 in a day by just doing your practice questions.
Okay, okay. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you very much.
All
I'll
right.
try to do that from now
Okay. So now I also want to talk about the DataCamp. Last week, I'm actually looking at our dashboard here, and I don't know. The results we are getting is really not quite impressive. Okay, that's fine. Thanks for reminding me. So now, for the 20,000, you said you're sitting around 20,000 XPs. Now the thing could be this: if you're checking within a 30-day window, it's usually the list is within 30 days. So if you practice, if you get XPs today, by tomorrow the window will change. The window will be within the last 30 days. So today's XPs will count from, okay, today is 30th of August. Today will count from 1st of August to 30th of August. Now, if on the 1st of August you got 10,000 XPs, and within this period, within the 1st and the 30th, you got let's say 20,000. Within the 2nd of August to 30th of August, you got 20,000 XPs. But on the 1st of August, you got 10,000. So if you check your total XPs today, that should be 30,000. Now, when we get to tomorrow is the 31st of August. The XP window will change. It will now count from 2nd of August to 31st of August. Now, what this means is that the 10,000 XPs you got on the 1st of August will no longer count. So you will now have 30,000 minus 10,000, which is 20,000 XPs. So if you check the window from 1st of August to 30th of August, you're getting 30,000 XPs. But now when the window changes to 2nd of August to 31st of August, being tomorrow, you're going to be left with 20,000 XPs. So that's why the XPs usually change. It's within a 30 days window from the present day to the previous 30 days. So any other XP you get aside that, you can only get it, you can only see it if you choose the there is a 60 days window and there is 90 days window, but we're basically looking at the 30 days. So the 30 days is the least, and that's what we are looking at. So the XP will surely change within this 30 days because the window has changed. I hope that's I hope you're clear with that, Shakira. Does that answer your question, Shakira? Okay. So that's fine. Now, how can you know if you scale? Someone raised his hand. Please, I'm coming. How can you know if you scale through? First of all, you can check that yourself. I think this started on the. Let me get this date. So we'll get the. I'm coming, please. Let me get this date. So we'll be certain of what we're doing. Is it? Yeah, it's connected. So now, starting from 19th of July, I think it was on, yes, 19th of July was the first Saturday that the assignments was given out. So count 8 Saturdays. 8 Saturdays should be in the next 2 weeks or so, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, it should be in the next 2 weeks. So if within 19th of July to the next 2 weeks, you have your 50,000 XPs. Number one, you have scaled through. Sorry, you have passed one of the requirements. Then also check your attendance. Okay, I think I'll write out the requirements for the 2 months probation again. I'll send it out on our Discord so we get to remember. Let me write this down. Okay, so I'll send that. Should be on Monday. So if you cross the 50,000 XPs, then you also check your attendance to our sessions. Your attendance, has it been up to 50%? And if it's no, then you know how many sessions you need to attend to make up the 50%. That's 2. Then thirdly is the projects that you have been assigned. Have you completed at least a minimum of 2 projects? That's the third requirement. I think that's basically it. So these are something that you can measure by yourself. You check the number of XPs you've been able to get, the number of projects that you have completed, and then the number of breakout sessions that you have attended. So with this information, you can decide on yourself. You can conclude or get the answer to your question to know if you will scale through the 2 months probation. Notwithstanding, we still have our records, but you can check on your own to know if you scale through between now and the next 2 weeks. So is that what the 50,000 XPs is so Qosim, to your question, the 50,000 XPs is included as one of the requirements. It is one of the requirements. It's not an either or something. It's part of the requirements. So you have to complete that also. And like I've said before, if you have completed the courses previously, of course it will count. So that wouldn't help you in getting your XPs on a weekly basis. So what you can do is simply by taking practice questions. Then you can also do some projects. I think there are some projects that can give you as much as 1,500 XPs once you complete them. So you can do some projects, take the practice tests, and ensure that you exceed the 50,000 XPs. Let me even see how many persons have exceeded that. So, Ayomide, please, you can go ahead with your question.
Oh, okay. Good evening, ma. Thank you, ma. Please, it's still my question is still based on this total number of SPs we are expected to acquire. I just want to clarify: is it cumulative? Because I see you were breaking it down into the number of like months and all of that. So I just want to know: is it cumulatively like the number of XPs we gathered in all the months, or in the 2 months probation? Is what will be added up, or a month specifically? That's what I want to ask now.
Okay, so the 50,000 is the XPs you gathered within these 2 months. 2 months starting 17th, let's see, 17th July, I'll be 19th July, I think that was what I said. Yeah, 19th July. From 19th July to in 2 weeks time. 2 weeks time should give us 2 months. So the XPs you gather within this period should be a minimum of 50,000.
All right, all right. Thank you for the clarity, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Caleb, please, what's your question?
Good evening, ma.
Good evening, Caleb.
It's about the deadline. Which time next month will the deadline be?
Oh, right. Let me use my calendar here to check that. So that should be, let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 13th September should give us 8 weeks.
Okay, thank you, ma.
All right. If there is any change on that, I'll let us know in the Discord channel.
Okay, thank you, ma, for clarifying
Right.
the question.
All right. So from here, actually, just few persons have exceeded the 50,000 XPs. Let me get the okay. Less
Yes,
than
ma'am.
20 persons have actually less than 20 persons have actually gotten that. Okay, about 20. And we are okay, that's fine. Someone was asking a question. Abdul-Salam,
The
please, let's hear your
the
question.
the XP on my DataCamp page is not correlating with the one on the leaderboard. Can you hear me, ma?
What your yes. So on your DataCamp, how many are you seeing?
I'm over 46,000, ma, and on my leaderboard it's showing I'm 33,000 or something.
Okay, so now it has to depend on I think it should depend on the window you're looking at. Are you looking at the 30 or 60 days or all time?
Let me check it, ma. Let me confirm. $30, ma.
30 days. Okay. So General, what's your figure? Let me see.
General, I'm for 6,350.
46,350.
Yes, ma'am.
That should be in the last 30 days. Then on our leaderboard, what's yours?
On the leaderboard, 31,450.
31,450.
450. Yes.
Hold on, let me check. Okay. Abdul-Salam Owoseni.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Number 9.
No, not number 9. Abdul-Samad Owoseni, number 57.
Hold on. Let me see. I can still see 31,450 here.
Okay, 41,450.
31,450.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you, ma'am.
For the past 30 days, on both sides, that's what I can see here.
But my page is showing 46,350.
Okay. For 30 days?
Yes, my daily streak, I'm on 38 days because I've never had anything to do with DataCamp before.
Oh, you've not had anything on DataCamp?
Yeah. It's when I gained the
Okay.
scholarship and I started working with
Okay, so
DataCamp.
this is your first, that should be your all-time score then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that means you've exceeded 30 days in your learning. So the 31,000 is within 30 days, like I explained earlier. The 31,000 there is your score within the last 30 days.
Okay, ma'am.
So if you do not let's say you don't learn anything or you don't get any XP on DataCamp today, but
Yes, ma'am.
you learned on the 1st of August. By tomorrow, your score will reduce.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
It will reduce by tomorrow because the figure for 1st of August will be deducted. Although it will still be in your all-time score, but for the 30 days window, it will be deducted. So you just get the score from 2nd August, yeah, to 31st of August.
Okay.
So if you do not learn anything today, once you log in tomorrow, check and verify the difference that I just mentioned. But the difference will only happen if you actually have an XP, if you had some XPs on the 1st of August. That's when you're going to see the difference tomorrow. But if you do not have anything, if you didn't learn on the platform on the 1st of August, your score will still be 31,450 tomorrow. So just
I can see the difference already, ma'am. When I changed it to 90 days, I can see the difference already. I changed it to 90 days. It's now 46,000.
All right. Okay, so but the main thing we always did, let me say, like, the default is usually the 30 days. So in 30 days it will definitely shift. But when you go to your 90 days, 60 days, all time, that's when you see the number of XPs that you have accumulated over time. But mainly looking at the 30 days window, it will usually, of course, it will always decrease because the 30 days is moving. Is always from the day today to the previous 29 days. So that's how the 30 days is counted.
Okay,
I
thank
hope
you.
that answers all questions concerning XPs.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. So hope no one has any question concerning how to get XPs any longer. All right, thank you, Shakira. Okay, so then lastly, something else I want to point out. I don't know from inception, Caleb. All right, Caleb, let's hear you, please.
Oh, yes, ma. I also want to ask you a question. What if
Okay.
someone has missed a project? Can they still do it?
Of course, you can submit, but
Okay,
ensure you complete at least 2 projects within these 2 months.
okay, ma. Thank you.
All right. So that's what I actually wanted to point out. The performance and completion rate has really dropped. It has dropped. As at today, only 15 persons have completed the assignments for last week. As at today, just 15 persons have completed the assignments for last week out of 130 persons, and it is not encouraging. Like I said before, try not to allow these things to accumulate. You miss assignments, at the end, you start rushing to complete all of these things to beat the 2 months deadline, which has actually approached. So please, I want us to be take this scholarship seriously and be more committed and dedicated towards learning on DataCamp. It's an actually interesting platform. If you have completed, yes, that also reminds me, if you have completed, please reach out to me. If you have, what was that message? Analyze, yes, those are the 2 projects for now. Qosim, yes, those are the 2 projects for now. You'll still be given another project on DataCamp next week. So if you have completed the track and the courses that has been assigned to you, please reach out to me. So you do not stop learning. Learning is continuous and you do not stop. If you have missed, if you have completed, you complete yours on time. Reach out to me and I'll assign the ones that were to take the following weeks or the follow-up exercises before we get into data engineering with Python. We should be starting that class next week. I'll need to confirm from the schedule. So next week or in 2 weeks' time, we are going to commence officially with data engineering with Python. We have ended. I know most persons have already completed this track, which is the data engineering in SQL track. So if you have completed the track, reach out to me. There are other exercises, there are other courses that we need to take first of all before we start with data engineering in Python track. Because after these classes, after these courses, we'll be taking the certification examination. That's for SQL. And while that certification is ongoing, we're going to commence with our Python track. So if you have completed the SQL track, please reach out so I get to assign other courses to you, which you can complete on your own. Then at the right time, we all register for the certification exam and commence immediately with the Python class. So if you have completed, send me a message on Discord or you can just send it here. send me a message on Discord. So I'll assign the courses for you, and you do not get to wait for us to catch up with you. You can be far ahead of class. It's always advisable that way. So I think someone raised his hand. Who was that? Okay, I thought someone raised their hand. So okay, the certification. Now, if you have completed, like I said, if you have completed, there are other courses that we're going to take. Some Python courses, and an intro to data engineering course before we go in for the certification. Now, why it is so is that in the exam there are some questions that the track that the courses we have completed so far do not cover. There are some topics that are asked during the certification that the areas we have covered did not touch. So it's important that we take these extra courses before registering for the certification exam. So at the end of this class, at the end of SQL, the formal SQL track, we'll take these additional courses and then register for the examination before we officially enter into our Python class. So I hope that answers about the certification. But if there is any other thing you have, any other question you have concerning the certification, please just unmute yourself. That's Ayomide. You can raise up your hand and ask. Check. Yes, you can reach me on Discord. Yes, at Favor is my name on Discord.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to ask about reaching out to you for the courses, but you said to reach out to you on Discord, so yeah, I think I'm good now. Thank you.
All right. I think those are the courses that I think I assigned one data manipulation. It was assigned last week. Yes, it isn't part of the career. What is it is not part of the courses on this career track where we just completed. But it's also important that we understand that before we attempt the certification, so that within the 30 days window given to complete the certification examination, we are not kind of lost, or we do not understand some things. Another thing we also have to look at, like I said, if you have already completed this, please, the video that we mentioned last week, go back to DataCamp, watch that video, and try to take note of the places that you understand and the places that you're not comfortable with, so that before we go for the certification, to an extent, you'll be more confident in answering those questions. That's one. Then also for the skill assessment that was assigned last week, if you scored less than 100, please check the results and take note of those areas that was mentioned for you to review. Review those areas and take the skill assessment once again. If you are below 100, when you are above 100, then you know that yes, you are ready for the certification, because those areas you will need to score, I think, a minimum of 100 in each of these areas in the certification exam itself. Now, not the skill assessment. You still need to score a minimum of 100, if I'm not mistaken, in these areas before you can go ahead to do the project for the certification. So please take the skill assessment, look at it very well, check your score. If it's below 100, try it again, and ensure that in your next attempt you pass, you get above 100. Then also look at the results. The results will always explain where if you were correct, if you were wrong, and the areas that you need to concentrate on. So look at those things critically before we start assigning or we start attempting the certification exam. I want a situation whereby once we attempt this, once we register for the certification exam in 1 month. In less than 1 month, we already have persons that have completed the certification exam, and it's not something you have to wait till another 30 days because you failed. So I want us to take the skill assessment, look at it critically, look at the courses that we're told to review those courses, and if there is any place during the skill assessment that seems kind of new or confusing, please mention it either in our Discord channel or preferably in our Discord channel, so we'll get to this explain it better, or you can say it in during our sessions, so that we get to explain some of the keywords and you understand it better before attempting the certification exam. So I hope that answers every question that we have about certification today. So
yes, ma'am. Thank you very much.
all right, you're welcome. So does any other person have any question before we call it a day? I hope we've all written our attendance. Please don't forget to write your attendance. I've sent the link previously. If you didn't get it, let me know. I'll send again. Okay, so let me send where is it? Okay, so I've sent the attendance once again. Then, okay, Qosim asked about the video. When you go to DataCamp, under certification, search for data engineering. We looked at that last week. Search for data engineering. Then go down in the data. Let me get in the data engineering page. I think I'll send that link to our Discord also. Let me write that down. Video. So I'll send the video link. Make sure you watch it. So it explains what you are to expect for the certification. Watch it and make sure you understand the areas that will be covered during the examination. Let me see. Okay. So that's the video I'm talking about. I'll send the video to our channel, our Discord channel, this evening, I guess. I'll just send them this evening, so I'll be done with those ones today. So after our call, I'll send it. I hope that's clear. Qosim. Oh, Qosim. All right. So does anyone have any other question before we call it a day? Steve.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
So a friend of mine asked about a platform like this, if there's maybe a cohort coming up next or something for him to register and apply.
Okay. The next one will likely be in December. I'm not too sure yet.
Okay. So would we be notified that okay, maybe there's a cohort coming also?
Oh, yes, if it's available, of course, the information will be passed in our Discord channel. I'll make sure I send that there.
Okay. No problem. Thank you.
You're on Discord, right?
Yes, I am. I'm on Discord.
Okay, I'll make sure I send the information there, so anyone who is interested can register.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. So if that's all for today, I believe that's all for today. I want to say thanks for joining, and I hope we went home with one or two things today. So thank you for your time. All right, Steve, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thanks for joining, and we'll be meeting again same time next week. And thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, of what is left of today, sir.
Okay, you too.
Thank you.